has not seen the dark corners of great cities where small and shabby creatures wander without purpose in the secret corners of the night? Without purpose? There are those whose purpose reaches far beyond our wildest dreams.
Nice trip.
Horrible.
Well, the service at these outposts isn't always very good. How long did it take you?
11 microseconds.
Well, that's not bad.
It's only 11 million miles. It's supposed to be instantaneous.
When I first came here, it took me a full minute.
How do you stand it? Outpost duty would drive me mad. Especially in the dregs of the universe planet like this one. Atmosphere polluted with microbes and exhaust fumes, not to mention human beings jabbering and jostling. Ugh.
Well, I suppose we caretakers are really hermits at heart. We get into a little hole in the wall and send in our reports, year in, year out, you know. I must confess I was a little bit nervous when I heard the control center was sending down a senior inspector.
Yes. Here are my credentials.
My, it must have taken very superior intelligence to get a rating like this.
May I examine yours, please?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
N to the 10th power, cube root of minus omega. You were born on the Martian satellite of Deimos 220 years ago. Accredited caretaker. Assigned to outpost duty on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yours is cube root of pi sigma, but I'm afraid I can't work that out in my head. So if you don't mind, I'll take your word for it.
I was born in the Martian satellite Phobos 208 years ago. Senior inspector, solar system.
Control center told me that I was to give you 100% cooperation. They said something about a controlled experiment.
I brought some very special equipment with me, using direct observation. The miniaturized temporal condenser. It squeezes time.
Isn't that very dangerous?
Oh, very. That's why they sent me. It has to be used very sparingly and with great precision. Otherwise, you can rip a hole in the space-time continuum and release negative matter.
But why do they send such powerful equipment to a 10th-rate planet like Earth?
Due to your reports on atomic energy. Ever since the Earth creatures started to explode atomic particles, central control has become very uneasy.
Oh, but it's nothing. They only use it to blow each other up.
And that's exactly what interests central control. This process of Earth creatures destroying each other. This, what is it called?
Killing?
No. That includes animals.
Murder?
Oh, murder. Yes, of course. It's so extraordinary. I can never remember it. Yes. Deliberate obliteration. So fantastic. Happens only here on this weird little planet. Nowhere else in the entire galaxy.
Well, it doesn't matter, really. They only murder each other.
Well, what if it becomes an epidemic? What if it proves to be contagious? What if they start using these atomic explosions to murder each other? You see, Mars does not want Earth to overheat. We can't afford to have a new supernova radiating everything to a crisp.
Tell me, are you going to destroy the source?
We would prefer not to. After all, Earth creatures, they are a form of life, even if they are unspeakable. No, I'm going to conduct a controlled experiment to determine the exact nature of this phenomenon, murder. If it turns out to be random and therefore relatively harmless, except, of course, to the victims, then we should probably let it go. But if it proves to be contagious, a tendency to spread, and malignant, well, then I'm afraid we shall have to close down and find you another outpost.